Well, hello everybody. Welcome to week 2 of MPH 510. Hope you enjoyed your first week in the class, and for those of you who are taking multiple classes, hope everything is going well with your session. So I gotta say, it was really enjoyable reading everything that you guys had to say on the discussion board. The introductions about yourself. It's really nice to get to learn more about you, and I hope each of you took the opportunity to read each other's introductions. As I said last week in this video, going forward, you guys, you are a cohort, you are a team. You might go, in various speeds, but going forward, you will be together and part of this program. And then the other part of your discussion boards, it's currently Friday afternoon. So I've read your Wednesday posts, and I gotta say it was really interesting and exciting for me to see what topics you all chose. There were four very different topics, and that's fantastic. Um, One, because selfishly, it'd be boring for me if you all were talking about the same thing or relatively the same thing. But also for each of you, as you go forward, and you'll have a lot of opportunities, including this Friday, to respond to one another and get insight into what each other is thinking, and that'll help you learn from each other. So, I mean, with any good course, particularly in graduate school, what you'll find is your instructor leads you along, and hopefully you learn things from him or her, but also you do learn from your classmates. And that's a very important thing, and something that's more pronounced in graduate education. So, and this is a great way to do that. So, the topics that you brought up, we had teenage suicide or mental health, AIDS and HIV, heart disease, and finally the plague, which I gotta admit, I had never thought of that in this context. So it was great. It was really interesting to read everything that you had to say. So now we are on to week 2, or we're kind of in the middle right now of the week 1 to week 2 transition. And I want to talk a little bit about what you have going forward this week. So, of course, please do your readings. Please watch the lectures. You're currently watching this, so check off that box. But as far as your assignments, so you have two of them. One is a health systems comparison. So there's a really great one of those interactive articles through the New York Times. Dr. Scherer found this in previous iterations. And it basically what you'll be doing is you'll be comparing and contrasting different healthcare systems, and sort of like a March Madness bracket thing. You will be paired up. You'll pick one to advance, and ultimately you will select what you believe is the best one. And so you'll write about it. Healthcare, it really is the elephant in the room in so many things. In when we talk about as public health professionals, but it really works its way into life, and it's particularly in America. And that is one thing that is unique about us in not really the greatest way. I look at my own employment. So I work at University of Wisconsin Milwaukee. I worked for the state of Wisconsin in different capacities for about 12 years now or so. And one of the things that's good about working for the state is our health insurance plan is it's really good. It helps. Downside is then I started thinking about, well, what if I ever want to leave the state and find employment elsewhere? That would be a real consideration. Not the nature of the work, not even the pay, as much as health insurance. And there is something about that is it feels off that is such a big part of the decisions that we all make. But it is the way things are. So health insurance, healthcare systems, that all does factor into things in a very big way. And then the other assignments. This is a big week. They're all big weeks when you only have 8 weeks, but this in particular, you will be selecting your topic for your final paper. So in this class, everything just sort of crescendos up to your final paper and your final presentation on a health topic that you are passionate about. And ultimately, you are going to, using the knowledge and skills you developed and the information you've gathered, come up with a plan of how are you going to address that health topic. Not only the health topic, but you need to identify a population with whom you're going to work. And that'll be up to you, the size of the population, and that'll certainly impact what is your main, modus operandi for addressing the health topic and make an impact in that population. You can start with, you can go with a local community if you want, you can go to county level, state, national, uh, global, I'd probably sway you against, but if you really want to, let's talk about that. But the thing I really want you to do is, settle on that topic that you want to talk about, because that's going to be the focus of things and really what drives your learning throughout this course. And I encourage you 100%, pick the thing that you are interested in, the thing that is going to drive you to look into the literature, to tackle some hard aspects or new aspects of developing plans of getting into public health. Pick something that you are really passionate about. Don't pick a topic that you think is maybe most academic one, or the health topic that you think that I want to hear about. That has nothing to do with it. I want what you are passionate about. And I'll tell you a little story about my work. So I've been doing this for a while now, for about 12 years. And when I first started in research and evaluation, I was with the University of Wisconsin Population Health Institute. And I got my foot in the door there doing some data management or data collection stuff for a fetal alcohol syndrome surveillance study. And so it really wasn't something I was that interested in, but it's an important topic, but it involved a lot of looking at medical records and things like that. Well, I found out one day that we got a grant to address physical activity and aerobic fitness in the middle school population. Now, physical activity and aerobic fitness, more the activity side of things, that was really what I was passionate about. I wanted to get in that. So I remember walking down the hall to my boss and asking Paul, "Hey, Paul, could I kind of nose my way into this and have a little work on it, a little exposure to it?" Well, as it turned out, I was the only one in our department who cared one bit about physical activity, or at least was interested in it. So I ended up running the whole thing. And it was great because it allowed me, still relatively new, to develop my skills, make my mistakes, learn a lot of, the nuances of research and evaluation in the public health context, but doing it in a topic that I really cared about. And that helped me immensely. And so now, inevitably, as you go forward in this career, you are going to have to work on topics that maybe aren't really your cup of tea, or something that at least at the start you're not that interested in. But developing those skills, they do transfer. They transfer a lot. They translate, and having those statistical and those methodological and the literature review and all those different things that work into public health and addressing public health issues, developing those skills does transfer from topic to topic. So pick the one that you really are passionate and care about and is going to drive you forward. So that's all I got for this week. I hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe out there. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. I'm always available. And have a good week.